Okay, so I restructured this again because I saw a new possibility actually coming up here real soon that kind of changes some of the trajectory for some of the stuff, and I think makes it a little bit more insightful, really. But I'm going to look at the long-term planets and how they're influencing your natal chart, and then I'm going to pull a reading specific to that. So specifically, this person, this is my reading. I do mine first because it clears my energy out of the readings. So I have a ascendant in Libra. So this is anyone actually that has an ascendant in Libra would benefit for this reading, and it will cover from March of 2022 up through, I only read it through December of 2022, but it could be even longer, probably a bit longer than that. Okay, so I'm going to touch on a couple of the planet placements and what that's going to be, what house that's going to be activating for you, and how it's going to be activating. So first of all, there's a placement that I'm just calling difficulties, okay? This is where Saturn is. So it's called the Saturn return, but Saturn kind of places obstacles and difficulties into your life. For you, as a Libra rising, it will be hitting in your 5th house. So this is the house of kind of like new excitement and fun and joy and pleasure. It could be passion projects, hobbies, falling in love, passionate sex, enjoyable hobbies, etc. You're going to have Saturn is fucking with you in this house all this year. So if you've had trouble in this area, well, here you go. You're going to get a short reprieve for it from this fuckery. We'll get into fuckery in a minute, but yeah. So from March until May, you're going to have a slight reprieve. So it'll be a little bit better, March and from May, and then it's going to go back to being difficult. Saturn basically causes growth in self-discipline in this particular area. So it's, in the long run, it's a good thing. It's just not super pleasant while it's happening. All right. So then in the area of fuckeries and overhauls, you've got, that is going to be in your 8th house. So 8th house is like taxes and insurance, on a superficial level, inheritance, other people's money, but it also controls things like inner demons and traumas. It's also kind of like the deep hidden secret stuff. This year, starting this year, actually in March, Uranus joined the North Node in Taurus. So this means that this overhaul and fuckeries of your life could possibly be aligning with your life purpose. So for you, Melanie, me, your life purpose is life path 11. And your purpose is in the 9th house, which is Sagittarius. So this really could be affecting your life purpose because the life path 11 is the life path of the wounded healer. So trauma and uncovering your inner demons and stuff like that really could be part of discovering your life path for you. So we'll get into that in a little bit. And then, of course, having a life purpose in Sagittarius, that's a more spiritual path anyway. So you've got a more spiritual, kind of deeper path to uncover this lifetime. And this might be doing something for you this year in that path. All right. So now we're going to talk about your healing. So all this year, your healing will be hitting your 7th house, which is in relationships and partnerships. But because you're also a life path 11, this could also be related to your destiny. And that's because life path 11 types have to go through a lot when it comes to relationships, because that's where their wounds come from. So life path 11 is the wounded healer. So that basically, you have to be wounded before you can heal people. And wounding is where, that's that's your relationships, basically. House 7, it pretty much sucks most of your life until you're older. But it's starting, it's changing. Okay. So you are getting healing in this sector now. This is your year that you go from the wounded to the healer. This is the year that's happening, and you can step into that destiny this year. So let's talk about the final transit, and that's going to be Jupiter Neptune, and this is the destiny path. So all of us are feeling this, first of all. So right now, destiny has just begun. We're in a path, everyone is, from knowing what we don't want. That was the last couple years. No, I definitely don't want that. And then now we're like in this year where we're getting this, like, it's kind of a space between going for the destiny and like what we don't want, hold what you do want. So we're kind of in a holding space right now, but you're starting to see a sneak peek of what you do want. For you, it's going to be in your 6th house, and this is health, wellness, and work. So a big part of your healing journey and your destiny is actually healing yourself physically, which is going to really happen this year. You're going to get a huge push for this in May. Everybody will. So May is going to be where you're going to see these visions. You're going to have epiphanies, and you're going to be like, oh my God, this is what I want my life to be. This is it. This is my destiny. That's going to be around May. And then it's going to take you a year before you start getting into those things. So I pulled the cards based on that. Okay. So this card deck, these tiny ones, okay, this is going to be the fuckery trek, okay, and then these bigger pretty ones here, that's the destiny trek, and then these little ones here, that's the healing trek. So I kind of pull them all together with the influence of what is the full moon going to bring in. That's in the center here. This is the full moon's energy in this next month. Okay, so like these longer transits, they're going to be happening over an entire year, but full moons are like baby steps that push you in a direction. So every month you get a new push, and it's going to give you some kind of energy of something that is going to, you're going to be confronted with, and you're going to have to deal with it. Could be positive, could be negative. A lot of times it's making you realize something that you need to let go, or, you know, discovering something deeper about yourself, whatnot. All right. So starting over here, this is either the past or up until this moment. So there's kind of like a timeline going here, but the timeline is short. So I'm not trying to give you the entire year. It's just more like, oh, this is going to be happening like, you know, March till May-ish, or, you know, March till July. It's a much shorter energy, just so you know that. Okay. So this is the past. So if I told a story with all of this together, what the story would kind of look like is, you know, you've given your heart unconditionally and, you know, freely, and you have gotten back heartache in that experience. So you're kind of in this like waiting, you're in a waiting mode, particularly when it comes to relationships. And since your healing path happens to be in the 7th house, which is in the house of relationships, that's where I'm starting off with this, okay? Because this is the healing path card. So in relationships, you've given of yourself, what's the word I'm looking for? Like freely, you know, like you've given yourself, you've given it all. And this is the fuckery path, and the fuckery path, in return for, you know, you giving your heart freely, you've gotten rejection and heartache in return. So this has kind of caused you to pull your heart out of the game, so to speak. And just be like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to like chill here for a bit and just like wait until the right person comes along. Which is you know, that can be good or bad. Because sometimes people pull themselves out of the game and then they don't ever get back in. I'm a little bit in that pattern myself, but well, this is my reading. So yeah, that makes sense that would be here. All right. So, then what is helping or hindering you? And this is going to be in the next, this is the, you know, the next energy, either current energy or helping or hindering you, what's coming up energy. Okay. So this is really kind of cool, actually. So this means creative projects. Okay. So you've got, this is the masculine energy for creative projects, and this is the feminine energy for creative projects. So it's like you've got the yin and the yang of creative, of creating things. And this is recovery. So as far as your fuckery track goes, you're trying to recover from, from this heartache. Okay, so I get that. So one great way to recover from heartache is, well, hey, let's not focus on the heartache. Let's start a passionate new thing. Because let's see, where's your fifth? Oh, your fifth house is in fuckery. Okay, so to recover in your fifth house, okay, which is the house of fun and joy and excitement, what better way than to find new passionate hobbies, get involved in stuff that you're passionate about, that you could see could, be fruitful, an opportunity, whatnot. Another way to look at this card is that it's like the seed. So it's like, here's the seed you're planting a seed of something that's going to grow into something really cool. Okay. So right here, either now or in the immediate future, you're going to be planting seeds and getting interested in something that you're passionate about. And this is going to help you in your healing process. So what is the moon energy going to bring to you? All right. So in your healing, you've got, this is a cool card. Okay. So this is a card of leadership. So this is somebody that's determined. They're standing their ground. They're being a leader. They're not being fucked with. Okay. And then you have the, oh, we're going to fuck with you card. So this is the fuckery track. So one way to interpret this is that you are presented with some kind of opportunity, either like a love interest or an idea for some kind of project or something that you're really passionate about. It's something that you care about. It's something that you're going to see that you're going to want to take the opportunity. But the opportunity could possibly just be a temptation. And the reason I say that is here, but it could be a temptation that you may not want to accept. And the reason why is because this is also known as the devil energy. So the devil energy represents anything that's an addiction. It's addiction. It's anything that is in your energy that keeps you vibrating at a low frequency. So that would be like food addiction, alcohol. It could also be codependency in relationships. Maybe it's cocaine. I don't know, whatever is like, whatever's in that low frequency. Yeah, don't take that opportunity. All right. So what this is going to happen is it's going to cause you to evaluate yourself. Okay. So that's good. This is a good thing because this is lending towards your growth. All right. So like I said, full moons are stepping stones. They're going to push you. So it's not always good energy that the full moon brings. In fact, it's sometimes a lot of times the opposite of that. All right. So it's going to have an effect of making you kind of look into yourself and looking at your fears and any way that you have delusions about yourself. So it's like, am I really deluding myself here? Yada, yada. Okay. It's going to cause you not to make a decision on this. So you're going to reevaluate your priorities. Okay. Which is a good thing because you've got this in your fuckery track, which I love because this means we are at the end of a cycle. So this whole cycle, this that you've been going through in the past, in your relationships, your healing of your relationship sector is coming to an end. So this cycle that you've been doing in relationships, you've been doing. This is not something that's just like you've got one heartache. No, you have a pattern this is a pattern of heartaches. Why is there a pattern of heartaches? Because you're in a cycle where you keep attracting the same person. And then you two cycle each other. That's what happens because you're both, in a toxic dance. Well, that's ending now. Okay. So this temptation may be like a love offer of somebody that's in the same pattern that you're always in. Okay. But in the evaluation and you're like, you know what, hold on. I may not be jumping on this because I'm just going to end this cycle now, which is awesome because that's what this whole work is supposed to do. And then since it could very well be related to your destiny, since you're the wounded healer, this would be appropriate for this time of year, astrologically, because you're in a holding space moment. So you're going to have to hold space for a bit before your destiny is going to be revealed to you. So where's the growth potential here? So let's see. This is where you're letting go. Okay, so this is the ability to speak your truth and stand up for yourself. All right, so in your healing trek, you've got you standing up for yourself and saying, you know what, I'm not gonna go there. You're cutting out things that don't serve you. Here in the fuckery trek, this is being careful not to scatter your energies. So if you want your projects to grow and be fruitful and be effective, don't scatter your energies. You need to figure out your priorities. All right, don't get distracted. Okay, don't get distracted. Stop being distracted. Okay, and stop acting too fast. All right, so if you see a situation and your heart just wants to go yes and just jump after that, slow your roll, because you're going to get yourself distracted when really what you need to be doing is focusing on your priorities. You're going to be more effective that way. And that's the path forward. Okay. So this dude here, this is you. This is a very determined leader. But in order to be this dude, you gotta, not act too hastily, speak your truth. You've got to learn how to say no. Don't scatter your energies. Make sure that you're, figuring out your priorities. Don't lie to yourself, figure yourself out. All right. So what are the messages to yourself? Well, first of all, be wary of liars. In your healing track, relationship track, this is the deception card. There's nothing faster that'll give you a heartbreak than a liar. All right, so watch out for those. All right, so this is a little sticky note to yourself. Don't be so trusting of people and just assuming that everybody's an awesome, great person just because you're an awesome, great person. Not everybody is. Some people are narcissists. Some people are manipulative. Some people will use you and tell you all kinds of crap just because they want shit from you. Stay away from that energy. All right. And you're going to do that. Okay. Because you're also telling yourself that you need to take pause and do nothing but heal yourself right now. And that's perfect for what's aligned astrologically in the skies right now. So just take some pause to rest, heal yourself, be by yourself, meditate. Hey, if you could find a forest and go out to forest, that would be the bomb. Just meditate for a bit, I would definitely do like whatever this project is that's coming to you, do that. Focus on that. That sounds like a good priority. And then know that you, as far as the fuckery trek goes, know that you make your own destiny. All right. Don't let the outside world and outside events influence what you can do with your own power to make your own life the way that you want it to be. All right. Have fun with that. That is your next couple months.